you know, some of y'all might not think that I'm black, but guarantee you, growing up, police did.
So today we're about to get into MathHoffa's response to the FatJoe controversy. Did MathHoffa's response just confirm everything that foundational Black Americans have been saying this whole time? Let's go.
So in New York, it's just a different culture. And I get that y'all don't understand it. You wouldn't understand it. You wouldn't understand watching me and my Spanish friends running around. Yo, my nigga, yo, we out, my nigga. Like, you wouldn't understand. Shit would probably blow your fucking mind, bro.
Nobody has a problem with FatJoe just because he's a Puerto Rican. We have a problem with FatJoe because he's trying to co-opt our culture while also allegedly making bigoted statements about black folks behind our back. That's specifically the problem when it comes to his ethnicity and background. We don't give a damn just because he's Puerto Rican. We care about what's his ideology and why is he doing this little weird shit he's been doing in recent years. You are not a foundational Black American, so we feel like you don't have the camaraderie with us to check that when you see it. That's the only thing that people are really looking at you about, like, bro, what's with this he and ha when he's talking shit about FBAs? Because whether you admit it or not, both of y'all know exactly what foundational Black Americans are. You know it's not no group or no organization or none like that. So when you sitting here like going along with it, that's what kind of got people looking at you like, you know what the deal is with what he's doing right now? Is this like some kind of game or what?
So for those of you that think I was just sitting around knowing about, you know, your cause or what you stand for, whatever, I have no clue. No clue.
See, this is the problem. When you say some type of movement, I have no idea what you guys are talking about. I have no idea what foundational Black Americans are. But then on the other side, you say some of y'all might not think that I'm black. That shows me that you understand delineation and what's going on right now. That gives me reason to believe that you're being a bit disingenuous with the things that you're saying right now.
No clue. And in the event that you see someone that you're supposed to be standing up for, someone that you're supposed to represent, or you represent some sort of powerful movement for our people, because some of y'all might not think that I'm black, but guarantee you, growing up, police did, judges did, you know, the racists that you know I had to deal with did. So I don't know if it's your word against theirs, then it's it's a little fuzzy for me. When it comes to New York shit, y'all just not gonna understand it. And I'm not mad at you. I'm not mad at y'all for not understanding it.
And again, you go back to this whole, it's New York, you won't understand it. All right, well, if it's so New York, then how come in New York, you being a different type of ethnicity than us comes up when you're with that ethnicity of people? You understand what lineage is, because when you get with other people that are from your lineage, y'all big up each other, which is fine. That's not a problem. The only problem arises when you want to kind of throw little slick shots at us and then separate yourself from us in certain scenarios. And then you perpetuate these narratives like, oh, Jamaicans created hip hop and Puerto Ricans started hip hop 50-50, and going along with these agendas that are adverse to our getting our just due credit for things that we're responsible for. Clearly, I mean, we're synonymous with hip hop globally. When you think of hip hop, you think of Black Americans. Like, what are we doing here? Do you see hip hop in Puerto Rico? Especially, I mean, you see it everywhere now, but do you see hip hop in Puerto Rico in the 1940s and 1950s and 1960s? Do you see the predecessors of the things that created hip hop anywhere else but here and from our culture? So, like, what are we talking about? If we're all together, let's be all together and back us up rather than trying to allow people to hijack things that we created. It's really simple. Like, if you're an ally, be an ally for real all the time.
Do we have words that separate blacks and Jamaicans like a Yankee? I mean, but bro, that don't make you not black. That don't make you not.
See, now right there we could point out a very specific issue, because when he asked if there was words for us like Yankee and all this when it comes to Jamaicans, he was taken back and he didn't know how to like respond to that. But it's like, bro, that's a problem. You got to be able to check that. You know what I mean? Like, you can't just breeze past that. That's a problem. That's what we're talking about. Bro, we can't have one-way unity. We've been unified with everybody, inviting everybody to the barbecue or to the picnic for a long time. But if you got people who are from your lineage that say little slick words about us and hate on us, it's your responsibility to handle that. I mean, what are we doing? Like you said, what are we doing here? You got to check your own if we're going to be able to have this big kumbaya, we all get along situation, or if we all going to be the same thing and represent the same thing and, you know, be aligned with each other. You can't do this sometimey thing. That's what we're talking about. Can we address this, please?
We need to find something else to be enthusiastic about, because I'm not your enemy. FatJoe is not your enemy. We are not your enemy. We are not seeking to oppress you. It's just weird. Just search for, COINTELPRO. I agree with that. I do agree with that. I do think that there is something afoot when it comes to how weird this shit is.
I think this is the most disingenuous part of the argument when this guy says all this COINTELPRO conspiracy stuff. It's like, bro, it's simple. If I go to Jamaica, you know, they participating in reggae culture. I go there, I live with the Jamaicans for 40 years. I start a family, we start becoming Jamaicans and stuff. But people from my lineage start trying to say that they created reggae with y'all 50-50. It's like it comes from your culture, is your brainchild, even though there was some actual influence from Black American culture in reggae early on, which, you know, the pioneers of reggae would admit this, but that's beside the point. We're not trying to take credit for y'all stuff is what it comes down to. And we came over there and, you know, started coming in a little bit larger numbers, started trying to take credit for you guys' creation. How would you feel about that? Would you call that some type of psyop or some type of government program against you guys? Like, no, it's a simple, straightforward thing. Why would you try to hijack so much cultural creation from their story, from their history, from just everything that comes from them, everything that they're about, everything that they represent is synonymous with them. You can't just go there and try to steal that from them when you know the turmoil of their history that they've been dealing with. Bro's just doing a bunch of diversion tactics at the end of the day. I know that was a super chat that came in, but bro, like, come on, bro. Like, let's be real. Like, as a whole, we're the only group that really rides for Black folks. We the only group that have been riding for Black folks globally. Where's our backup? Who comes over here and really helps us in large numbers? We got riders, we got people who rock with us, but who really helps us in large numbers when it comes to fighting the white supremacist agenda for him? So for him to say something like that, like I said earlier, bro, check your own people. Look at your own people. Who's riding in this whole Black thing with us against white supremacy, actually fighting it? She's like, come on, bro. So honestly, what's being done during this whole response to the controversy is the actual issues will not be addressed from what it seems like right now, because this whole thing is just a straw man. Can you address who created hip hop? Whose culture was the foundation of hip hop? Clearly, you don't see us all as one big nigga. So who created hip hop? Was it Black Americans or was it not Black Americans? Can you answer that question? Can we all agree on that? Because that's really the consensus that we need right now. And then we can move forward and do the whole kumbaya thing. Who created hip hop? Either answer that or what are we doing for real? Like, why even respond if you're not going to respond to the actual issue? But that's just my opinion on the matter. Leave a comment. Let me know what y'all think. And if you like this video, I'm sure you're going to like the next one. So I'm going to put it on the little screen right here. Holla at y'all next time. 100.